Have you ever considered that the very vitamins you take each morning might be quietly working against you? Many older adults rely on supplements to support their strength and health, believing they're doing everything right. But some of these pills could actually be weakening your legs, affecting your balance, and making everyday movement harder. Weak legs aren't just inconvenient, they increase your chances of falling, getting injured, and losing your independence. If you've noticed muscle fatigue, cramping, or trouble standing up lately, it might not be age, it could be your supplements. Let's take a closer look at 5 common vitamins and why they might be doing more harm than good, and what smarter, safer options you can consider instead. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type C to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Iron supplements, a hidden cause of muscle fatigue. To many older adults, iron supplements feel like a smart, even essential, part of staying energized and healthy. After all, iron is crucial for transporting oxygen throughout the body, and low iron levels are often associated with fatigue, weakness, and dizziness. So naturally, it makes sense to think that a daily iron pill might help boost stamina and keep the body functioning at its peak. But what if that well-intentioned habit is actually doing the opposite? The truth is, most seniors are not deficient in iron, and taking more than the body actually needs can backfire, especially when it comes to leg strength and muscle health. Unlike younger adults, older individuals are far less likely to lack iron. Yet many continue supplementing either out of routine, misinformation, or outdated medical advice. What often goes unnoticed is that iron, when taken in excess, doesn't simply exit the body like water-soluble vitamins. It builds up slowly and silently inside tissues, including muscles. Over time, this accumulation begins to interfere with how your muscles function. Rather than promoting energy, too much iron can result in persistent fatigue, unexplained muscle weakness, and even discomfort in the legs. The culprit: oxidative stress. Iron is a highly reactive mineral, and when it's present in surplus, it can trigger the formation of free radicals, unstable molecules that damage healthy cells. In the muscles, this damage leads to inflammation and slower recovery after physical activity. If you've been feeling like your legs are taking longer to bounce back after a walk, or that they ache for no clear reason, excess iron could be playing a role. It doesn't stop there. High levels of iron may also interfere with the body's ability to absorb magnesium, a mineral essential for proper muscle relaxation and nerve function. When magnesium levels drop, muscles become more prone to cramping, tightness, and spasms. That lingering heaviness in your legs, or those painful nighttime cramps. They may not be signs of simple aging, but red flags that your iron stores are too high. Fortunately, the fix is simple. If your doctor hasn't diagnosed you with iron deficiency through a blood test, you likely don't need supplemental iron at all. Many seniors get ample iron through everyday meals, especially those who eat lean meats, beans, leafy greens, or fortified grains. More importantly, the body has no efficient way to get rid of stored iron. So prevention is key. A safer and more effective strategy is to improve your natural absorption of dietary iron. This can be done by pairing iron-containing foods with sources of vitamin C, such as citrus fruits, strawberries, or red bell peppers. These combinations help your body take in what it needs, no more, no less. Before reaching for that iron bottle, take a moment to reflect. Is the tiredness you're feeling really from a lack of iron? Or is it something else entirely? Many seniors assume their low energy or muscle fatigue is due to iron deficiency, when in fact, another supplement might be the hidden culprit. And the next one on our list is especially common, widely promoted for bone health, but when misused, it can silently undermine your strength, balance, and coordination. 2. Calcium supplements, the unexpected risk to your muscles. For years, calcium has been seen as the gold standard for strong biotics, healthy bones. From doctors' advice to commercials and health magazines, the message has been consistent. Take your calcium or risk brittle bones. It's been repeated so often that many older adults accept it as absolute truth without ever considering the possible downsides. But new insights suggest that overdoing it, especially through supplements, can quietly work against your muscles and leg strength. At first, the signs are easy to miss. Your legs might feel a little more tired after walking upstairs. Perhaps you're getting leg cramps more often during the night. These seem like minor issues, easy to blame on aging, dehydration, or a bit of overexertion. But beneath the surface, something more problematic could be unfolding. Calcium is indeed necessary for muscle contractions. But here's the catch. It doesn't act alone. Your body needs the right balance of nutrients to make those contractions smooth and efficient. One of the key players in that balance is magnesium. When you flood your system with calcium through supplements, and don't pair it with enough magnesium, the result can be muscle stiffness, reduced flexibility, and even increased cramping. Instead of powering up your muscles, that excess calcium can actually be slowing them down. You might notice that your legs feel sluggish after a short walk, or that getting out of a chair feels more effortful than it should. These aren't always signs of age. They can be symptoms of imbalance. And unfortunately, it gets worse. Excess calcium has also been linked to something called vascular calcification, where calcium deposits start to build up inside your arteries. When this happens, blood flow becomes restricted, especially to your lower limbs. That reduced circulation means your leg muscles receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients, leading to chronic fatigue and weakness over time. The most surprising part, many older adults are taking more calcium than they need, especially when their diets already supply plenty. Foods like milk, yogurt, leafy greens, fortified cereals, and even almonds are excellent natural sources. Yet the assumption persists: more calcium equals stronger bones. A smarter approach is to prioritize balance over quantity. Instead of automatically reaching for a calcium supplement, make sure you're also getting enough magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin K2, all of which help direct calcium where it's needed while preventing it from settling in places it shouldn't. This way, you support your bones without compromising your muscles or circulation. So before you pop another calcium tablet, take a step back. Ask yourself, am I helping my body, or am I unknowingly holding it back? A small change in how you approach supplements could make a big difference in how strong and stable your legs feel in the months and years ahead. And calcium isn't the only supplement to watch closely. There's another vitamin one that's often praised for its antioxidant powers that could be quietly draining your energy and wearing down your muscles if taken in excess. 3. Vitamin E, a surprising threat to leg strength for years. Vitamin E is often celebrated as a hero in the world of supplements, touted for supporting heart health, brain performance, and even keeping skin looking young. It's no wonder that so many older adults include it in their daily routine, trusting that it's helping them age gracefully. But what if that very supplement, taken with good intentions, is slowly weakening your legs, making your movements less steady, and putting your independence at risk? It's not that vitamin E is bad, it does play an important role in the body. In proper amounts, it works as an antioxidant, protecting your cells from damage. The problem arises when we consume it in large doses, especially through supplements rather than food. That's when things start to go off balance, particularly in the systems that keep you upright, stable, and strong. One of the hidden issues with too much vitamin E is how it interferes with vitamin K. While vitamin K may not get as much attention, it's crucial for healthy blood clotting and for supporting the tiny blood vessels and muscle tissues that keep your legs functioning well. When you flood your system with excessive vitamin E, it can dull vitamin K's effectiveness, making it harder for your muscles to receive the nutrients and oxygen they need. This disruption may result in more frequent bruising, slower recovery, and legs that simply feel weaker than they used to. You might notice it gradually. Maybe your legs feel heavier when you get out of bed. Maybe you stumble a bit more often when walking across the room. Perhaps you've started to feel unsteady while reaching for something high or navigating stairs. These little moments are not always just aging. In some cases, they're your body quietly telling you that something's off. Another concern with high vitamin E intake is its blood thinning effect. While thinning the blood slightly can benefit heart health, going too far can lead to side effects that directly impact mobility, things like dizziness when standing up, difficulty maintaining balance, or unexplained fatigue in your legs. It's a fine line, and when crossed, the results can undermine your strength rather than support it. What's even more alarming is that studies have linked high-dose vitamin E supplementation to an increased risk of falls among seniors. That's the irony. A supplement often taken in hopes of preserving health may, in excess, contribute to the very decline it's meant to prevent. But here's the hopeful part. You don't need to cut out vitamin E entirely. Your body still needs it, but it's best when it comes from whole food sources. Leafy greens, sunflower seeds, almonds, hazelnuts, and avocados are naturally rich in vitamin E and are far less likely to throw your system out of balance. Unlike synthetic supplements, the vitamin E in food is easier for your body to process and self-regulate, reducing the risk of overconsumption and side effects. So before you reach for that bottle of capsules again, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I giving my body what it really needs, or am I pushing it too far without realizing? The answer could be the difference between steady, confident movement and a slow, subtle loss of mobility. And vitamin E isn't the only supplement that can backfire. Up next is a nutrient that's vital for muscle health and bone support, but when taken in excess, it can lead to tightness, cramping, and unexpected leg fatigue that makes each step harder than it should be. 4. Vitamin D in excess, the double-edged sword. When it comes to muscle strength and aging well, vitamin D is often seen as a must-have. It's praised for its role in bone health, immune support, and especially for maintaining muscle power in later years. That's why so many seniors take vitamin D supplements daily, often without a second thought. But here's something most people don't realize. Too much of this essential nutrient can do more harm than good. The issue isn't that vitamin D is bad, it's absolutely necessary. Your body needs it to absorb calcium, support nerve signals, and keep your bones from becoming brittle. But like many things, more isn't always better. Taking excessive amounts of vitamin D, especially in supplement form, can tip the body's mineral balance in the wrong direction, leading to muscle problems that many mistake for aging. One of the most concerning side effects of too much vitamin D is a condition called hypercalcemia, when there's too much calcium circulating in your blood. That calcium has to go somewhere. And instead of strengthening bones, it can settle in soft tissues, including your muscles. The result? Stiffness, soreness, cramping, and eventually muscle fatigue, particularly in the legs. If you've been noticing tightness or aching that seems to come out of nowhere, this imbalance could be the reason. Many older adults assume they need large doses of vitamin D just because they're getting older. But this advice is outdated. Today, we consume vitamin D from fortified cereals, milk, eggs, and even modest sunlight exposure. Adding high-dose pills on top of that can easily push levels beyond what your body actually needs. And that excess doesn't just get flushed away. It builds up. Another hidden danger of too much vitamin D is how it affects other minerals. When vitamin D levels climb too high, your body starts absorbing more calcium than necessary, but it can also throw off magnesium and potassium levels. These two minerals are vital for keeping muscles relaxed, hydrated, and functioning properly. When they drop, you may experience muscle cramps, nighttime leg pain, or even a strange heaviness. After simple activities like walking across the room, you might feel more tired than usual, or find that your legs don't bounce back like they used to after a short walk. Some even wake up in the middle of the night with painful spasms. While it's easy to chalk these symptoms up to aging, they could actually be your body's way of saying, "I've had too much." Here's the encouraging part. This is an easy problem to avoid. Before starting or increasing a vitamin D supplement, talk to your doctor and ask for a blood test. Many seniors are surprised to learn that their levels are already in a healthy range. If that's the case, there's no need to add more. Instead, focus on gentle, natural source. Just 15-30 minutes of sunlight a few times a week on your arms or face is often enough to keep levels in check. Foods like salmon, sardines, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products can also provide the right amount without the risk of overdosing. So the next time you reach for a vitamin D pill, pause and consider whether your body is truly asking for more or whether it might already be telling you something's off. A little awareness can go a long way in preventing the stiffness, cramps, and slow muscle fatigue that quietly steal strength over time. And, as surprising as that may be, there's still one more supplement that many seniors take daily for their nerves and energy, but when it builds up, it can quietly lead to numbness, coordination issues, and a weakening of the legs that makes walking feel like a chore. 5. Vitamin B6. You've probably heard that vitamin B6 is great for energy, brain function, and keeping your nerves in good shape. And it's true in small amounts. Your body needs it to function properly. That's why so many older adults take it regularly, thinking it'll help them stay sharp, energized, and steady on their feet. But here's something that might surprise you. Taking too much B6 can quietly do the opposite. It can actually weaken your legs, damage your nerves, and make walking feel harder than it used to. Unlike some vitamins that your body can easily flush out when there's too much, vitamin B6 can build up over time. And when levels get too high, that's when problems start. One of the biggest issues is something called sensory neuropathy. That's just a fancy way of saying the nerves in your legs start to lose their ability to feel and function properly. It often starts with subtle signs, maybe a slight tingling in your feet, or a weird sensation like you're walking on pillows, Over time, this turns into real trouble, wobbly balance, trouble sensing where your feet are, and legs that feel weaker or heavier than they should. Suddenly, simple things like standing up or walking across the room aren't so easy anymore. And the thing is, you might not even realize you're getting too much B6. That's because it's hidden in so many different supplements, multivitamins, energy drinks, protein shakes, even some fortified foods. You might be taking a B6 supplement thinking you're helping your nerves, while also getting more from other sources without knowing it. The recommended daily amount for seniors is only about 1 milligrams, but many supplements give you 50 milligrams or more in just one pill. That's way more than your body needs, and way more than it can safely handle long term. The good news: you don't have to give up on B6 entirely. Just get it from food instead of pills. Bananas, chicken, or fish, potatoes. Those are all natural sources of B6. And your body knows how to handle those properly. No risk of overload. And if you've been feeling off numbness in your toes, a sense of imbalance, or unexplained weakness in your legs, it might be worth taking a closer look at your supplement routine. So before you take another big dose of B6, ask yourself, is this really helping your energy and nerve health, or could it be silently making things worse? Your vitamins should work with your body, not against it. Now here's another one that doesn't get talked about nearly enough: vitamin A. Sounds harmless. Right. We've all heard that it's good for your eyes, your skin, and even your immune system. And yes, in the right amount, vitamin A is essential. But here's what most people don't realize. When you get too much of it, especially from supplements, it can quietly start weakening your muscles, damaging your bones, and making your legs feel more tired and unsteady than they should. See, vitamin A is fat soluble, which means it gets stored in your body instead of being flushed out. So if you're taking daily multivitamins, plus eating liver, fortified cereals, or drinking a lot of vitamin-enhanced drinks, you might be getting way more than your body actually needs. And that's where the trouble starts. One of the biggest problems with vitamin A overload is that it can start to mess with your bone health. Yes, your bones. High levels of vitamin A have been linked to bone thinning, which raises the risk of fractures. And if your bones are getting weaker, guess who pays the price? Your legs. They start to feel more fragile, more easily fatigued, and less able to support your movements like they used to. But that's not all. Too much vitamin A can also interfere with vitamin D, which, as you probably know, is crucial for keeping both your bones and your muscles strong. So now your body's caught in a kind of double whammy. One vitamin is too high, and it's blocking the ones that actually help you stay upright and moving. You might start noticing that you're more tired after walking, that it takes longer to get up from a chair, or that your balance feels just a little off. And like most people, you might blame it on age. But it could be something as simple and fixable as getting too much vitamin A from pills. The fix: keep it natural. Instead of loading up on high-dose supplements, stick to vitamin A from food. Things like sweet potatoes, carrots, leafy greens, and dairy. These give you the benefits without the overdose. And if you're already taking a multivitamin, check the label. Some of them pack in way more vitamin A than your body actually needs. So, before you pop that next supplement, take a moment and ask, is this really helping me? Or could it be part of why I'm feeling more tired, less steady, or not as strong as I used to be? Your legs, your balance, and your independence, they all deserve better. And sometimes, Protecting them starts with just one small change. And now that we've looked at the hidden downsides of these common supplements, it's time to talk about what you can do to stay strong, steady, and independent as you age, without putting your legs at risk. Protect your leg strength by being smart about supplements. For many older adults, taking daily vitamins feels like a simple act of self-care, a small way to stay ahead of aging and protect strength, energy, and independence. But as we've uncovered, some of those supplements can do more harm than good when taken without clear need. Instead of boosting your vitality, they can slowly chip away at it. Muscles may weaken, nerves may misfire, and your balance, the very thing that keeps you steady and safe, may start to falter. It's not that vitamins are bad, they're essential in the right amounts. The real problem lies in how easily they're misunderstood or overused. Your body works like a symphony. Every nutrient has its part to play. But when one instrument plays too loudly, the whole tune goes off key. Overdoing it on calcium, for instance, can crowd out magnesium, leaving muscles tight and blood flow restricted. Too much iron can inflame muscles instead of energizing them. High doses of vitamin E can mess with nerve function and affect coordination. Excess vitamin D may cause cramps and fatigue. And too much B6, that can lead to nerve damage, tingling, or even trouble knowing where your feet are when you walk. These issues don't hit all at once. They creep in gradually, so gradually that many seniors simply assume their growing discomfort is just old age. But sometimes, the fatigue in your legs or the struggle to get out of a chair isn't aging at all. It's the slow result of supplements your body doesn't need, taken day after day without realizing the long-term cost. So what can you do? Start with awareness. Really look at what you're taking. Are these supplements prescribed for a specific deficiency, or have they just become part of your routine? When was the last time your vitamin and mineral levels were actually tested? It's easy to fall into the trap of more is better, especially when something is labeled as healthy. Next, shift your focus back to real food. Whole, nutrient-rich foods give your body the vitamins it needs in a natural balance. It can handle leafy greens, nuts, eggs, yogurt, fish. These are the kinds of things that nourish without the risk of overdosing. Your body knows how to use them wisely. And finally, don't forget movement. No supplement in the world can replace the power of gentle, consistent activity. Walking, light resistance training, stretching, and balance exercises all help keep your legs strong and your confidence high. The goal isn't to fear supplements, it's to use them wisely. And to remember that true strength comes from the choices you make every day, not just what you take in a pill. Now that you're aware of the supplements that might be doing more harm than good, the next step is all about rebuilding your strength the right way. You don't need to rely on pills to keep your legs strong and your balance steady. There are simple, proven ways to restore muscle, improve mobility, and stay active well into your later years. That's what we hope to encourage: living with purpose, confidence, and joy. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. What's one thing you learned today that you plan to start doing differently? Share it in the comments so we can learn from each other and grow together. And if you found this helpful, type a 1 below. If not, no problem. Drop a 0 instead. Your feedback truly helps. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more guidance on staying healthy and independent as you age. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself.